gentlemen, you can always be what you want to be. Let's go.
Manje nishi ya pasa, the more you hustle nishi ya balanza, ikekala, na iweka pasa, one day na iweka pasa. Ni manje nishi ya pasa, the more you hustle nishi ya balanza, ikekala, na iweka pasa, one day na iweka pasa. Bachalo unesi ni weakness, sakira pokwira ma business, ungankale fama kulimila ziko, watiesa na bantu wambiri muchalo, nyega njeiga gatuli chisi. Business yalo tabagai kukuya butolo ubike busolo ebo undigwa he agwimbawa songa ndiwe chikali clap your hands pala ukira vako clap your hands bize pa mabize clap your hands sebenzera panja ni clap your hands ndiwe chikali clap your hands pala ukira vako clap your hands bize pa mabize clap your hands sebenzera panja ni clap your hands ni manje nishi ya pasa
Hello and welcome to Youth in Agribusiness, a program designed to bring out some of the youths in Zambia who are the movers and shakers in agriculture production and agribusiness. Stay tuned. Are you a youth who's unemployed, food insecure, or do not find real pleasure in your life? Well, why not become someone like Remmy Mungisi, who has found real joy in farming by transforming his youthful resource into an agribusiness empire.
Business yalo tabagai kukuya butolo ubike busolo ebo undigwa he agwimbawa songa ndiwe chikali clap your hands pala ukira vako clap your hands bize pa mabize clap your hands sebenzera panja ni clap your hands.
Farming, though not appealing to the eye of the youth, is a venture that could give you real joy in life. With the comparative advantage that the youths have as far as age, strength, and opportunities are concerned, food insecurity could be brought to the minimum if the youths could take a positive attitude towards getting involved in agriculture. Remmy Mungisi is a young agribusiness farmer who is contributing to feeding the nation through livestock production and processing. Lelii has found real joy in farming, an attainment that he cannot trade for anything. And this is his story.
My name is Remmy Mungisi. I was born in 1976 on the 29th of February in Chililabombwe. But I've grown up in Kitwe. That's part of my life was in Nkana East and the rest in Ndeke village. I started my grade 1 at Riverine Primary School. That was in 1982. Did my secondary school at Ndeke Secondary. Then went to Northern Technical College for my automotive career course. I'm an automotive technician by profession. But after seeing that my profession, most of the people were going into it, mechanics, wherever you go, or whichever corner you go to, you'll find the mechanic. So I said, what else should I do? When I opted to come into farming, after looking at not one will stay without eating. Somebody will say, no, today I won't have my vehicle repaired because I need to buy food. So I said, I would rather go into farming because everyone needs to eat. Hence coming into farming.
Calling out to my people, all my boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you can always be what you want to be. Let's go.
I heard a lot of people talking about farming. So one day, I just took it upon myself to visit farms. Said, today, let me see the type of farms we have in Kitwe. And I didn't know that we had big farms in Kitwe. I went into Ghanaton area, where I was inspired. And by then we had a small 50-hectare farm on the Chingola Road. I started with a few pigs. I started with, that was about 8 pigs. And the same pigs I'm talking about were funny pigs, okay, the ordinary traditional pigs. So in the evening after work, I would go to the farm. So a certain friend of mine was chasing after me in the evening after knocking off out. So each time he would come to the workshop, you found I've gone to the farm. So one day he insisted to follow me to the farm. When we went to the farm, he laughed at me saying, is this what you call pigs? No, you need to look at the pigs we have at our farm. So he invited me over to his farm, went to his farm, and I saw the real breed. And he gave me 2 for free. I didn't spend a coin on them. From there, I was inspired. I started, then there were a bit of confusions at the farm we were. And you know, certain things, it's true that God does them for a purpose. We went through hell, I had to be moved from the farm. Now, in the process of looking for land where I was going to put my animals, then I came across this land. Then from there now, I looked at the land and I saw that it was vast and I needed to put more. So I started reading through livestock sales and other things. Then now I came across the Nawakwi farm. So I had to visit Nawakwi farm in Lusaka, where I saw a very nice breed, which you saw. I got 10 female and 1 boar, which gave me a good yield. And that is the breed now, the stock I'm boasting of. As for the animals, part of the animals I got from Fisher, who's my neighbor here. He's got a very good breed. And I'm sure you've seen the breed which is here. And the other breed I got from KHS farm in Chingola. And I got another stock from Ganaton. I got some daily animals from Lusaka, the ones which came in from South Africa. I also have some goats which are coming up. I have about 50 or 50 something goats. We also do crops, which is maize, soybeans and sunflower, but mostly those are for our own stock, for our own feed processing.
Calling now to my people, all my boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You can always be what you want to be. Let's go.
I do process after slaughtering some of my pigs. I'm doing pork sausages. At the moment, I'm telling you that on the copper belt, nobody can satisfy the market. There's a good demand of pork due to the high prices of beef. I'm producing pork, though I'm just acquiring the machinery to do that with the challenges, but I've got some machines. I'm doing part of the processing from my friend's place. The product is on the market already, but I've been doing that weekly.
Farming is not easy. Patience and determination are cardinal if one is to survive in agribusiness. But the benefits outweigh the challenges.
There is profit. I supply my milk to Parmalat. The beef, though I haven't started at a commercial level, but it's paying back. Whatever I slaughter will give me something at least to take me up to at least have what I need and sustain my living at the farm. I've managed to take my children at least to a school which is reputable in Kitwe. I've taken them to Ghana Trust, where I'm paying at least, for the smallest it's 2,800. The oldest was 3,000. The middle one is 2,800. So that education is one thing which I'll point at, that I'm able to educate my children without a problem. Then the rest, I think that's one thing I don't like showing off. When you meet me in town, you see me in an overall.
Lelii sees the high unemployment levels in the country as an opportunity for governments to empower the idle human resource that could otherwise be cardinal in the agricultural sector.
When you are starting anything, you look at resource. And in Zambia, this is one thing which the government is not utilizing. We are saying what is the percentage of employed people to the unemployed? We are looking at 80% unemployed. The 80% is human resource. So we need that. First of all, we've got the human resource. We are crying of smuggling of foodstuff, maize. Why can't we utilize the 80%, empower them into farming so that at least we've got where to start from. We've got the 80%, which is the human resource. We hear of FISIP, which is Farmer Input Support Program. If they can identify the resource, which is the human resource, empower them with the inputs, then I'm sure we won't even be singing about smuggling. We'll just be, in fact, for me, the cry from our neighboring countries, I see it as an opportunity. If only I can achieve what I'm looking at, the production of pork to a level where I'm looking at, I'm sure I'll benefit from the exports. If we invest in farming, then we won't have any noise from a common man because he will have the food on his table. And again, for Forex, we will be exporting. Why should South Africa, a country which is 3,000 kilometers away from Congo, supply foodstuff to Congo instead of us who are only a few kilometers away from Congo?
Calling now to my people, all my boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You can always be what you want to be. Let's go.
I think the youth should be serious. Like I'll take the part of a male youth. A male determines his destiny. If you say I'll be drinking, you'll be drinking, and you waste your life like that. I've taken up this challenge to come into farming. I think it's high time all those youths who are languishing should take up farming. I know they'll say, no, it's difficult to acquire land. The government should put up a deliberate policy to empower the youth through giving land. I started farming at an early stage, and I'm sure where I'm going, I'll achieve a lot. I can't compare myself to white-collar jobs because whatever color, white, black, or whatever, they'll need my food on their table. So I'm more than those people. If I want, I can put on a white collar and I'll just be pointing at a farm. But my interest is to have hands-on so that I make sure things move on the farm. You are retired and you want to start farming. I think don't even make that mistake because you're going to eat up all your money. By the time you start reaping, I'm sure you would have been wasted already. Let's take up farming as a business now. I'm telling you, if we are serious with farming in Zambia, we'll turn around the economy of Zambia. We've got favorable conditions, the climate, the soil, the land. Going to ShopRite, you look at the Jews coming from Israel. Israel is what? A desert, partially desert. But we've got the land here and we are not utilizing. It's planning, whatever business you are going into. If you are going to put a lot of money in one business before knowing what you're going to, you lose out. You put in as required. Because if you put in a lot of money, you find that you would have consumed all your capital. In farming, you put in as required. Because I'll give you an example of the piggery. If I were to just go in, boom, 100 pigs, I'll require feed. Without the knowledge about the feed, I'll just be feeding them and I'll lose out. But you need to be learning gradually.
Calling now to my people, all my boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You can always be what you want to be. Let's go.
My vision is to grow. I've heard of people having more than 90,000 animals. I'm looking forward to having something like that. I've got land here. The gauge at a farm is 1 hectare per animal, that's grazing field. And I've got 650 hectares, so I'm looking at 650 animals.
What you actually need in farming is interest, especially that farming takes long for you to realize your rewards. And taking farming as a business actually works to your advantage. So as a youth, you can determine your destiny.
Food is consumed every day, and not just every day for the requirement. In Zambia, one thing people are singing about, I've heard so many politicians singing about putting food on people's tables, that some people are only having one meal. What are they singing about? It's food. In a day, somebody requires 4 meals, although we've reduced it to 3. 4 meals. And the 4 meals you're talking about, who's going to produce? It's obviously me. So I looked at it, and having that interest, I said, let me go into farming, which will be giving 4 meals for an average family. In farming, you need the interest. You need to have that interest. Without the interest and the drive, you won't. You run out away from farming within a month. And that, I think that's one thing which we need to change as Zambians. We rush into something which will pay off within a month or 2. Farming is a long-term project. For farming to start paying, you need to look at maybe 3-4 years for you to start getting out what you have been putting in. Without that patience, you won't have anything. But the good thing of it, one thing which has been driving me, is you people won't stop eating. So I've got that, and I'm putting in whatever effort I could, so that at least one day I'll be counting my head, this crow will be small.
Lemmy's contribution to feeding the nation is what gives him joy in his life as a young man. With support from his family, he sees himself as an employer with a bigger vision in the agribusiness sector. And with the passion he possesses, this vision is already achieved. Tune in next week for another exciting edition of Youths in Agribusiness. This time, we go fishing. For further details, contact the producer, Youths in Agribusiness, P.O. Box 50698, Lusaka.